What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about surprising facts about typical Norwegians. You know, surprising to me, at least, as an American. I don't get an opportunity to really look into the life of someone living in Norway, grown up in Norway, authentically Norwegian. There are just certain little things in culture where you have to grow up there and be there to understand the little things. That's why I really appreciate videos like this, where Norwegians kind of explain to me what little typical things happen in day-to-day life, explain little details about things that lots of Norwegians participate in that are just unique and different. According to this video that I found, things you didn't know about Norwegians. I love to hear that because that means there's gonna be some new stuff, hopefully, that I've never learned before. Sounds great about Norway. Let's take a look.
There are so many things that you probably have never even heard about that we Norwegians do. Even if you've been to Norway, you might not even have noticed all the strange stuff we do.
Yeah.
And so in this video, I decided that I wanted to give you some insider information on the Norwegian society. So
Insider information, I like that. Top secret, super secret, all the Norwegian secrets are coming out right now.
guess there's only one thing to do. Let's get to it.
Okay, sounds good.
Number one is that we Norwegians always eat tacos on Fridays. The stores, they sell tacos or just like Tex-Mex in general for cheaper prices on Fridays.
I've heard about this. I almost didn't believe it at first. America has like Taco Tuesday, but it's just so random for me to wrap my head around that Norwegians like tacos, because Americans like tacos, but it's very random. And it has its own day of the week, like Friday? Taco Friday. I mean, it sounds good. I mean, I'm happy that it exists.
Just because we Norwegians, we have this awesome tradition of eating tacos every freaking Friday. I might have told you guys about it before, but it's like the greatest thing ever because I love tacos.
Why does this exist? How did this start in Norway? How did all the Norwegians, like, get together and agree, hey, Friday is gonna be taco day? It's like, it's great, it's great.
It's obviously not the same tacos as you can get in like Mexico and stuff, but it's
Yeah.
amazing. We Norwegians, we praise it. Like, it's legendary. It's literally a god. Okay, that's maybe too far.
Yeah, and it's like, is it sort of a Norwegian style of taco? That sounds very interesting. Probably a Norwegian spin on it, right?
The second thing we Norwegians do is snowbathing. I'm not saying that every single Norwegian does this, but some definitely do. And we go out in the snow, we take our clothes off, and we just... It's really
What? What? No. No, Do Norwegians do this, actually? Like, come on. Go out in the snow and get undressed and jump in the snow? Snow bathing? Let me look this up. Let me look it up. Snow bathing. Is this even a thing? Are there pictures? Well, yeah, I mean, there's people doing it. This is snow bathing in Norway. Huh? There's a lot of people doing this. What the heck? Why? Is it like to wake you up in the morning? I know about people who do ice baths and stuff. Snow bathing.
freaking cold. I don't think I've ever done it actually, or maybe when I was a kid, God knows, I don't know. But it's like quite common and I think it's good for your health and stuff. I don't know why, it's just how it is. I sing too far again. The third thing about
I'm just wondering how common this is. Like, she was saying she hasn't even done it. Like, most Norwegians have not dived into the snow, like, naked, right?
about us Norwegians is that we eat this pizza called Grandiosa, which basically is the most Norwegian freaking food you can get out there. It's basically a frozen pizza with whatever you want on it.
Grandiosa. Grandiosa. I gotta look this up as well. Grandiosa pizza. This is the Norwegian pizza? I heard Norwegians like pizza, which is very funny to me as well. Yeah, okay. It's in the you can get it in the shape of a heart or something. Or wait, is it? Yeah. Huh. Okay. I like pizza. This is good for me.
Get it in the store. Everyone eats it. Some people even eat it at like Christmas. They replace Christmas food with this freaking cardboard tasting bag. Actually, when I think about it, it's actually very good, but it's like not good for you at all. But
It's like so bad that it's good. I get it. I get
the
it.
fact that people replace their Christmas food with this pizza is just unbelievable. It blows my mind. It's like, what? The fourth thing about us Norwegians is that we pretty much only eat brown bread. By brown bread, I mean like breads that include a certain percent of whole grain flour and all that, you know, that stuff that no one really cares about except
Yeah. I learned a little about this in a video about grocery stores in Norway. That there's not as much white bread in Norway. That's very healthy. I think that's really, it's very random, but I think it's good that Norway is like health conscious. You can only get like whole grain bread. I mean, I think it's a good thing. It's kind of interesting to me because that's not like how it is in America at all. That would be very strange.
the people who actually trains and cares about their body, you know. We pretty much don't use white bread. That's actually one thing I
Huh.
noticed when I went to the US, that they only had white bread. And I was
Yeah.
like, why don't you guys have our Norwegian bread? Number 5, the so-called Marius sweater. Now I know that I own a Marius sweater, but it's like, I don't know where it is, so I can't show it to you guys, but I have a picture right here.
Right, right. These sweaters, these are like traditional Norwegian design. Like, this is very fancy looking. I've seen this design. Like, it's like the most sweater looking sweater ever, basically, to an American. Like, you could see someone wearing this in America, but it's kind of like to be ironic in a way, because it's very like formal looking, but it looks nice. It's a nice design. I didn't know it was Norwegian for a long time.
The thing is that there was this ski dude called Marius Eriksen. He also was a World War II flying ace. For some reason, this sweater was named after him, and pretty much every Norwegian owned this sweater. If you ever go to Norway, or if you're a fan of Norway or whatever, you should definitely get Marius genser. Number 6 is cross skiing. As soon as the snow appears, we take our skis out and we start cross skiing. Cross skiing is probably like one of the biggest sports in Norway. I'm not 100% sure about that. You guys should probably fact check me on that one, but like, it's very popular. We go to
I know skiing is super popular in Norway, but cross skiing, is that like cross country skiing? Like skiing long distances? That's again very healthy. It'd be nice if America was known for something like that, like some kind of healthy like cardio. It seems very good for you. It's very Norwegian. I thought when Norway was like big into skiing, that it was like skiing down a mountain and then you get on the lift and go back up and ski down the mountain and do tricks. That's like what Americans think of when we think of skiing. But Norwegians actually go a lot longer distances than Americans ever knew was possible.
our cabins on the mountains and we walk for hours and hours and we get our chocolate called quick lunch. We also bring oranges. It's just like freaking amazing, okay? Cross skiing is great. Also, by the way, keep in mind that these are all my opinions. Like, when I visualize a Norwegian, this is what I see. Number 7 is that we do in fact have a king and a queen, but pretty much nobody knows what they actually do.
Yeah, the king and queen. I really like Norway's king and queen. From what I can tell, they're very down to earth. They're very normal. They don't want a lot of special treatment. Yeah, I didn't know Norway even had royalty for a long, long time. Most Americans don't even know.
I mean, they're there, we know their names, pretty much no one knows what they do. If you ask old people, they probably know, but if you ask like a normal teenager or whatever, they probably don't know. They're just there in Oslo in the freaking castle and they're just like, God knows what they do. Maybe.
Well, I guess it's kind of like the royalty in Great Britain, where they're more for an appearance, more as a representative of Norway. and they're not actually like making decisions like a king used to do in the old days. I think that's probably how it is, right?
Maybe that was a little bit too dramatic. We probably know a little bit of what they do, but like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Number 8 is that we never wear shoes inside. Actually, in fact, I'm not even wearing socks right now. Like, I know that in a lot of countries it's normal to wear shoes inside, but we really don't.
I agree with this. I think you should take your shoes off when you're inside, or you're gonna get the floor all dirty. This is what I was taught growing up. I agree with this. I think when I see people wearing their shoes inside, I'm like, whoa, 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 what's going on here? Is this what we're doing? I think in America, it's very common to take your shoes off. Just like I know in Japan, you always take your shoes off. Like, always. In America, you're expected to take your shoes off. So I'm glad to hear that that's true in Norway as well.
We usually have this clean spot. We place our shoes near the entrance, which by the way is there in my house, and we place our shoes there in the shoe shelf. And yeah, I know that it might sound weird to a lot of you guys, but it's like, yeah, totally normal here to not wear shoes inside. Of course, we wear shoes to the shopping mall and whatever, but not at home. Number 9 is when we go to the bus, because you know there are always plenty of seats, and sometimes it's full, and we normally dodge sitting next to anybody because we don't like sitting next to strangers. It's just something about the awkward experience of starting a conversation with a stranger that we Norwegians really don't like.
I have heard of this a few times now, that Norwegians don't sit next to each other on the bus. You know, I get it. That's pretty extreme. In America, you don't sit next to anyone unless you have to. But a lot of major cities are just so crowded that you have to. And you're not expected to have to talk to each other. So there's no expectation of that, although some people will. So I get this one. It's very Norwegian.
I know that when I took the bus, some people even placed their bag on the seat next to them so people wouldn't sit there. And that is like so weird. We're not really rude or anything. It's just that we're shy, I guess. Which leads me to number 10, being that we drink to get social. Like you probably have understood by now, we are very introverted. Okay, of course there's some extroverts, but you know what I'm saying, okay?
This is funny. I think this is true anywhere though, right? People drink to loosen up a bit, to get social. It's just that maybe Norwegians need it a little bit more. That's all right.
We don't normally speak to strangers, but when we drink, when we get some beer in our blood, or when we get any alcohol in our blood, we start getting so super social. But it's seriously true. If you meet someone on the street, they might not say hi to you, but if you meet someone at the pub, they'll say hi to you immediately and start a conversation and whatever. It's fascinating. Number 11 is that we Norwegians go to Sweden a lot, and we get a hell of a sunburn every single time. Now, if you're not Norwegian, you probably have zero clue what Sweden is. But let me help you out.
Sweden, Syden? Sweden. I have no idea what that is.
Sweden is anywhere near the Mediterranean coast. You know, where it's sunny, where it's cheap, where it's warm. Yeah, I've already said that. But basically a place you can take a direct plane to. No stops, no nothing, just directly to Sweden.
Oh. I had heard a while ago that Norwegians like to travel to places that are totally sunny and beautiful to get that experience. I just I didn't know they went to Sweden. I've never heard of Sweden. Apparently it's very popular to Norwegians. That's very interesting. I've never heard that.
It's a thing. We travel there every summer. Every single summer.
Yeah, traveling there every summer. That's pretty interesting. Like, that's... A lot of Americans don't even vacation like outside the country at all, let alone every summer.
Obviously, it's a lot cheaper there than in Norway and stuff like that. But it's great. Number 12 is that we always say ha and oi. This I actually find so rude, because if someone literally steps on your foot, they'll only say oi and not like sorry or anything like that. It's just
ha or oi. So, wait, what was it?
Say ha and oi.
Ha and oi. What is... So in English, American English, what would be the equivalent? Like saying hey, or like oh. But in Norway, you say oi, like ouch.
This I actually find so rude because if someone literally steps on your foot, they'll only say oi and not like
Okay.
sorry or anything like that. It's just so annoying. It pisses me off. I mean,
Yeah, in American English, if you said oi, that would be pretty rude, honestly. You don't hear that very often, but if someone went oi, it's like to get your attention, and it's very abrupt and rude in America. Um, Apparently a little bit in Norway as well.
I say oi as well if I bump into my friends or if I do something stupid or if I
Okay.
knock something down accidentally, of course. But seriously, if I bump into a stranger, it's so mean saying oi. And ha is when
Huh.
we don't hear what the other person says. Instead of saying pardon, can you repeat that or whatever, we just say ha. And this
Oh, so Norwegians say ha, and Americans say huh? We say huh? Okay, I get it.
is probably the first thing you'll notice if you ever go to Norway. Number 13 is that we are very critical towards other chocolate brands
Okay.
than our own Holy, Freia, and Nidar. It's
Okay.
literally our dearest chocolate brands. Of course, there are other Norwegian brands that we love as well, but like the moment you come with any other chocolate than Norwegian chocolate, we'll be very critical about it.
Wow, this chocolate must be very good. I didn't know Norwegians were so picky about chocolate. Um, I don't know how much Norwegians even like candy. Americans love candy and love chocolate and love cake and all that, but we don't tend to care about the quality very much. Just about having a lot. So, this is like the opposite. Norwegians don't seem to eat as much bad stuff, but they care that it's high quality Norwegian chocolate. Okay, I don't blame them.
Norwegian chocolate is literally the best chocolate in the world. I know that Swiss
Oh.
chocolate is considered the best chocolate in the world, but I
Yeah.
strongly disagree. No offense, Switzerland. You have good chocolate as well, but ours is like on a whole different level of goodness. Number
What?
14 is that at our last spring semester, we celebrate this graduation thingy called russetiden.
Yes, the Russ. I've heard about this. I know about this. It's crazy.
Russetiden is a yearly tradition that is basically part rave, part road trip, part high school graduation, and
Yeah.
of course full lunacy. So in other
Yeah.
words, basically just traveling around, partying, getting very, very drunk. And
This blew my mind learning about this. Americans and a lot of people don't know that this exists, and Norwegians are very like calm, like they keep to themselves and respectful, and seems so out of character and random that they throw a huge party and go crazy and go wild and pranks and all sorts of fun stuff. It's just like the most random thing. When I learned about this, I was like, what? This is a thing in Norway? And not anywhere else. Norway. I was, it's very funny to me.
having a blast. But we literally do this the last month of our semester. So it's basically while we're still in school, the last month. And it's like when we have all the exams and all that stuff. So it's like kind of stressful, but at the same time, it's so much fun.
Okay.
Alright, so the last thing I have for you guys today, the last secret information about Norway is that a lot of Norwegians use something called snus. Now, personally, I don't really like tobacco products or anything like that. I like to stay clean and I don't like that kind of stuff. But seriously, I think that more people use snus than anything in Norway. I think there are more people that use snus than people that are smoking. So
Snooze. I've heard of this. Oh, what is it? Is it you put it in between your gums and in your gums? Tobacco pouch?
that pretty much says it all. But if you don't know what snus is, it's basically a tobacco powder product type of thing. It's like a little bag that you put in under your lip here, or you can also get like some gross stuff that you can also shove up there, and I don't like that. They are basically found in like round boxes, and you have tons of bags in them. Actually, one thing that I want to mention about
This is not common in America at all. At all. Some people will smoke in America, but right now, what's popular is e-cigs, e-cigarettes, electronic vaping, like, and it, whatever you call it, vaping. where you smoke with the vape. That is huge in America. Huge, not snus.
What this is that it's a lot cheaper in Sweden, so a lot of Norwegians actually travel to Sweden only to buy snus. In Norway, everything is taxed high as hell, so it's like very expensive, especially alcohol and snus and smokes and all that stuff, which actually is kind of good because it's not good for you at all. But anyway, that was all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe and follow me on all the social medias. Make sure to leave some comments down below if I forgot something or if you...
Okay, that's it. That was good. That was very good, honestly. And this video was by Sunny, who is... I've seen some of her videos about Norway. They're very good. Very insightful. I really do enjoy them. So I give this a like, for sure. Things you didn't know about Norwegians. Typical Norwegians behavior. This was good. This had plenty of things that I actually had not heard before. And it elaborated on a few other things that I had kinda heard about. I liked it. This was actually very, very interesting. I just love videos like this that go over, like, random stuff. Stuff like you never know what you're gonna get. And it's those little details about culture, especially in Norway, are like the most fun and interesting, I swear. Wow. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this reaction, feel free to give it a like, leave a comment, and if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Norway, Norwegian culture, stuff in Norway that I've never seen, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.